Not since rock and roll caused excitement and outrage in equal measure have we seen anything on the road this radical and this idiosyncratic. You see, this four-wheeled object sitting behind me is a lesson by a motorcycle manufacturer on how to put the orderly common practices of car making to bed by taking a fresh look at the way a car can be made. A light, uncompromising, exciting type of car. You see, the vehicle sitting right here is of course a KTM Cross Bow, and I think you should join me, Roger Bailey, to find out how this thing rocks. And you are joining me at the UK's sole KTM supplier, Darkside Developments, here in South Yorkshire, where the very nice people have given us free rein with their Cross Bow GT. Thanks again for this one, guys. This individualistic be-winged car is looking so extreme and so intimidating. I'm thinking surely it can't actually be legal to use it on the public road, or safe even. Yet that is the Cross Bow's prime reason for being, to be an exciting and extremely fast drive with no compromises, while at the same time managing to be a road legal car. And it is legal, I've checked, and in a few minutes we're going out onto the road to see if it's safe. You see, just for you, I intend heading out to see if this 324 brake horsepower, 800 kilo carbon fibre race car is going to try and kill me. And we'll find out what they mean when they say the Cross Bow dismisses prized supercars as morbidly obese. That's right, Porsche GT3s, Ferrari Specials, McLarens are all heifers next to KTM's supercar crushing Cross Bow. So this is an exciting prospect, but first let's take in some of the Cross Bow's details. KTM shared the Cross Bow's engineering work with Dallara, the firm behind many of today's racing cars, and also Austria's Magnus Steyr, who've put together special vehicles for the likes of Mercedes and Porsche. The Cross Bow's carbon fibre tub is essentially Dallara's Formula 3 monocoque with an extra seat moulded in. Suspension has dampers actuated by push rods and rocker arms, just like in Formula 1, and trick aerodynamic engineering is as much evident underneath as it is above. It's all properly conceived, and you'll find no superficial styling or accessories. Its shape, its miniature size and its brutal appearance all results from the engineering fallout. As with most race cars, ingressory cars want to stand on the solid seat. Work your way in, strap up the 4-point harness. The seat is static, but the pedals will adjust. And we need to make a quick mental note here that there is no ABS, no traction control, no stability control, no power steering, no rear view mirror even, just these two small side jobbies sticking out on stalks. As for airbags or ISOFIX, well, don't even ask. If you break traction, which in the wet is more than a little bit likely, it'll be up to driving reactions and skill to ensure you straighten it all up again. Locating the key is easy once you know where it is. Handbrake is the fly-off variety, and selecting first via the relatively heavy gearbox and clutch setup suggests this is not going to be an effortless drive. At slow speeds, we wrestle with the dead weight of the unassisted steering. Suspension is unsurprisingly really hard, and it's immediately clear that this is a raw driving experience like nothing else road legal. Even at walking pace, the Cross Bow feels poised for an assault on the senses, and it attracts a fair bit of attention once we're out and about on the public roads. Seeking out open roads means it's time to start pushing the turbocharged Audi motor. In fact, this is now the time we're going to floor this throttle pedal. acceleration is utterly breathtaking. 0 to 60 is, well, I can't really say accurately, but it feels easily into GT3 RS territory. And its gut-wrenching acceleration is brought into sharp focus by the trigger-fast steering. Lose concentration for a nanosecond when accelerating hard and expect to be instantly on the other side of the road or somewhere even worse. 100% concentration is demanded here. Now, this road is excellent, but it has its limitations, and so I'm thinking we should see if we can find somewhere else to let our KTM rip. And here it is. This is the road that I'm looking for. Driving this track-focused car around a wet Silverstone Grand Prix circuit is like being Lewis Hamilton's teammate, as the KTM brands you bring no less than your A-game into play. The acceleration remains brutal, yet it's more manageable here. Yes, it's wet, but the grip seems endless. Cornering is scalpel sharp, and the steering so heavy at slow speeds is light and efficient now, requiring only the most minuscule of movements to bite it into a bend. Where this KTM differs on a track from larger cars is its feeling of carrying little in the way of mass, allowing each tiny input to be instantly responded to. The front wheels can be seen jinking around by your feet, and the feel from the road surface is transmitted directly into your body. It's a cliche to say this, but you really do feel a part of this thing. So what are the downsides to this car? Well, clearly rain is not our friend, neither is strong sunshine, high winds or any speed bumps anywhere. There are probably only going to be a handful of times you'll want to drive it, and when you do, you'll be windblown and may even get hit by flying insects. Its road-scraping ride height and diminutive dimensions make tackling traffic an intimidating prospect, and there's a constant concern that you're sitting well below the traditional blind spot of larger vehicles and that you and your little car could be crushed at any moment. And yet, I've become besotted with this car. It's an absolute weapon on a track, a joy on anything even resembling a twisting road, and it's one of the few genuinely unique cars out there today. And the fact the KTM Cross Bow exists at all is a cause for celebration. Our time with this idiosyncratic vehicle has not only shown how a dedicated track car can be both exhilarating and rewarding on a circuit, but also how it can be a sensational drive on public roads. We've also discovered here a bridge between the sensation of riding a motorcycle and the driving environment of a sports car's cockpit. And yes, it clearly is a preposterously impractical car, and one only suited to the most committed of drivers. But I for one applaud the individuality and the outrageousness of the unique and brilliant KTM Cross Bow. So thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, please feel free to click the like button, as in doing so it will get YouTube to recommend this video to more people. And comments are always welcomed. I read every single one and I'll reply to most. And if you haven't already, please think about subscribing. And if you hit this little notification bell, I'll send you another video.
So good, so good. So damn, it feels good when you jump on it. Scars on my chest like you own it. You can have my last name if you want it. If you want it, if you want it. Yeah, girl, we don't even have to stop it. Take you higher than a real rocket. You can have my last name if you want it. If you want it, if you want it. But damn, it feels good when you jump on it. Scars on my chest like you own it. You can have my last name if you want it. If you want it, if you want it. Yeah, girl, we don't even have to stop it. Take you higher than a real rocket. You can have my